In the Zeta Reticuli system, orbiting a dying sun, there is a world the galaxy has tried to forget. BG-386, a planet scarred by greed, haunted by silence, and soaked in the acid blood of xenomorphs. Weyland Yutani came first, miners, scientists, and security teams, hungry for the secrets buried beneath the soil. But what they found was not mineral wealth. They found the bones of gods. BG-386 is a bleak and mysterious world. Its dense jungles and unexplored caverns had been left undisturbed for millennia. It was, in truth, a graveyard of secrets. Weyland Yutani's ambitious Project Firecore was meant to make this distant moon into a thriving mining colony. But instead, it unleashed something far worse. Buried beneath the surface of BG-386 was not just untapped resources, but an ancient Yacha pyramid. A structure built to contain the deadliest force known to man or alien, the xenomorphs. The moon's secrets had lain dormant for eons, but when Dr. Groves, head of xenogenetic studies, Dr. Eisenberg, and Carl Bishop Weyland, a synthetic modeled after the original Charles Bishop Weyland, to oversee experimentation with xenomorph DNA, decided to unlock the sealed chamber, they unknowingly awakened the ancient horrors. The pyramid had served as a tomb for an ancient xenomorph queen, surrounded by a dormant hive and thousands of eggs. The cold stasis had preserved them, keeping the infestation at bay. But once disturbed, the dormant monsters stirred, and the nightmare began to unfold. Within hours of opening the tomb, a facehugger launched itself from the shadows, infecting the first colonist. The xenomorphs, once thought contained, were unleashed. The colony's security forces responded, but they were no match for the ferocity and acidic rage of the creatures. As the first few infected colonists began transforming into chestbursters, the nightmare escalated into an uncontrollable hive. Within days, BG-386 became a hellscape. The colony's once pristine corridors were consumed by biomechanical resin, the walls pulsing with alien life. The queen, now awakened, began to create her new brood. In an irony lost on its creators, human interference had become the catalyst for the xenomorph's evolution. New strains of xenomorphs began to emerge, spitters that launched acidic projectiles, crushers that tore through vehicles, and Praetorians, genetically altered warriors more resilient than ever before. But what had gone wrong? The humans had underestimated the xenomorph's adaptability. They thought that once the queen was contained, the threat would be over, but instead, it had only been the beginning. Weyland Yutani, in their reckless desire for profit and control, had disturbed the delicate balance that had existed for eons. This was not just a biological catastrophe, it was the beginning of a deadly cycle. The xenomorphs were no longer just creatures of instinct, they were adapting, learning, evolving faster than anyone had anticipated. And that's when the Yacha clan arrived. The elite clan of Yacha, keepers of the sacred hunts, had noticed the signals from BG-386. For them, it was not just a colony lost to the xenomorphs. It was a violation of the ancient laws. A sacred pyramid had been desecrated and its prized prey unleashed. Among the Yacha who responded was Dark Predator, a young but skilled hunter. Unlike the others, he didn't hunt for trophies or glory. He hunted to purge. The elite clan descended on BG-386 one by one, but they soon found that the infestation wasn't like anything they'd ever faced. The hive had already evolved in ways the Yacha hadn't anticipated. The xenomorphs were now more dangerous than before. Their intelligence seemed to be growing, and the queen's persistence only made the fight more brutal. In a series of devastating encounters, the Yacha began falling one by one. Wolf, the veteran warrior, was ambushed by a hybrid xenomorph, faster and stronger than any before it. Stalker, the silent hunter, was betrayed by his own invisibility. A Praetorian using new pheromone signals spotted him first and tore through his defenses. Spartan, the brute of the clan, died in a glorious stand, taking down dozens of xenomorphs but succumbing to the overwhelming swarm. Hunter tried to trap the queen, but was instead caught in her web of devastation, his final act detonating himself in a futile attempt to destroy the hive from within. And then, only Dark remained. While his brothers were fighting and dying, Dark had been methodically setting traps. He was hunting, but not for honor. He was hunting for redemption. Dark knew that the xenomorphs were evolving rapidly, and he was determined to stop them, even at the cost of his own life. Deep within the heart of the hive, he finally faced the Queen Mother, a colossal creature, mutated and older than any he had seen before. The hive was no longer just a breeding ground. It was a biomechanical network, a living organism that had been feeding on human technology and adapting. Dark knew what he had to do. He activated the self-destruct sequence within the pyramid. But as he did, the Queen Mother sent her elite guards to stop him. A final, furious stand. The battle was fierce, and though Dark was gravely injured, he managed to detonate the pyramid, killing the Queen and bringing the hive to ruin. Or so he thought. The blast wiped out most of the hive, but not all. As the dust settled and Dark's ship ascended from the wreckage of BG-386, he was unaware that one egg had survived, hidden deep beneath the surface. Along with it, remnants of facehuggers were dormant, waiting for the right moment to hatch. Meanwhile, Dark's journey didn't end with the destruction of BG-386. He would forever be haunted by the knowledge that not everything had been purged, and the war against the xenomorphs was far from over. His brothers were gone, the clan lost, and only he remained to witness the true price of meddling with such ancient forces. The xenomorphs were not gone, they were just waiting. The last remnants of the hive had been reduced to ruins, but dark whispers still echoed in the caverns of BG-386. One egg survived, and with it, the nightmare would continue. Somewhere in the shadows, the xenomorphs were adapting again, this time waiting for their next chance.